I do not want reading to become something that only people with disposable income can enjoy. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, hello, my name is Stephanie Hope. I am a romance author, a mom to a toddler, and just a lover of all things cozy and fun and whimsical. Today I want to talk about a viral post on Threads that actually this was a couple of months ago already at this point, but I still want to talk about it because as an author, I have opinions. The topic in question is, do libraries hurt authors? So let's talk about it. If you are not chronically online like I am and you missed this, somebody posted on Threads a screenshot that somebody else posted from somewhere else. I'm not sure. You'll see it on the screen here. This is what the person said. While I'm thrilled for you that you found a way to consume so much content at little or no cost, please remember that authors are generally not paid per borrow. Please consider how your excessive use of generous lending policies impact the people creating the content that you enjoy consuming. Essentially saying that libraries are hurting authors because they're not getting paid when somebody borrows a book. I am a traditionally published author. This is my book right here. More Like Enemigas, a queer romance that is super fun. Summer camp. If you haven't read it, try it. If not, you can buy it and you can also borrow it at your local library or Libby. Shameless plug. But so I am a traditionally published author. And I am also a lover of the library. The library is a fantastic resource for so many things and for so many different people and walks of life. It is a fantastic place to find a job, to use a computer if you don't have one, to learn, to read books that will expand your imagination and your knowledge. You can read nonfictions. You can learn how to do things in a library. You can, borrow a book about sewing and learn how to sew. You can even borrow cool things at the library. Like my local library has a sewing machine that you can borrow. I love the library and I love going to the library. I go about 2-3 times a week with my daughter, mostly for play groups, but we also borrow books every single week from the library. And sometimes, we borrow the same book over and over again. And we've borrowed DVDs and we've borrowed CDs. We have borrowed everything you could borrow at a library. So no, I don't believe that authors are being hurt by the library. People are not utilizing the library enough. So I have a few points as to why libraries don't hurt authors. And the first point is that libraries are literally one of the reasons I became an author. There are children out there who cannot afford books or don't have the resources to help provide books for them at home. There are teens who are just discovering reading, people trying to dabble into new genres and they don't want to buy a new book in that genre. Even retirees on fixed incomes might not want to spend their very limited amount of money on a new book that they may or may not like. And you know what? Parents check out 20 plus children's books a week. I don't think that we have the money, most of us have the money to be purchasing this many books every single week. What's important to remember is that libraries create readers and readers read books. And to further on the point about risk, libraries essentially reduce the risk. Imagine borrowing a book from an author you've never heard of and you don't you haven't, like, they're not trending on TikTok, they're not trending on Instagram, they're just a new author that's popped up. Even me, like, I'm a debut author. You don't know me, you don't know if my book is going to be good, and it makes sense that you wouldn't want to take that risk, spend $20 on a book that you may or may not like. And you know what? Sometimes you love a book so much that you buy it because you want it in your library. I also want to note, I don't think a lot of people know this, but libraries do buy books. They don't just pirate them. They purchase copies, sometimes multiple copies, sometimes ebooks, audiobooks. So really, libraries are customers. Word of mouth is priceless. That's my next point. Because yes, maybe this one person did not purchase your book, but maybe that one person is part of a book club and they wanted to read this book and then share it with their book club and be like, you guys, we have to read this book next. It's so great. Everybody goes and buys the book. It's just sometimes how it works. Word of mouth is always going to be a great way to market your book. Sometimes I read a book that I borrowed from the library and I love it so much that I recommend it to my friends, my sister, my brother. I'll recommend it to everybody who listens. So really, that one free book might make you 5 purchases. My next point is that not every library checkout means a lost sale. The argument here is that if you check out the book in the library, somebody would have purchased it. If the book is available in the library, then that person who sees it in the library won't purchase your book because now it's available for free, is like kind of what the argument is. But my argument is that many people who go to the library might not buy books, and that means that not many people are discovering you as an author or your book. So the comparison here is not really borrow versus buy, it's borrow versus never read or discovered ever. My next point is that as an author, I am thrilled if somebody borrows my book from the library. I am thrilled when libraries acquire copies of my book. I check Libby every so often to see if my book is on hold and how many weeks it's been on hold and how many people are holding it, because it's so exciting to me that somebody is reading my book. I don't care about the sales, genuinely. It's not something that at this moment is my full-time career. So when I see that somebody is borrowing the book from a library, I feel so much joy and gratefulness, because it's like you went out of your way to go to a library that has so many books for you to choose, and you saw my book and you borrowed it. And that to me is so cool. And do you know why it's so cool? Because what do authors really want? Well, good authors, I guess. What do good authors really want? They want readers, especially debut authors. We want readers, we want reviews, we want recommendations. And I don't care what way you acquired my book. I care that you read it and you give an opinion about it and you review it. That means more to me than if you purchased or borrowed my book. And not to mention, in the author side of this argument, libraries really help authors long term. Libraries host book clubs, author events, signings, workshops, story times, and sometimes they even have local author shelves or tables where your book will be like presently displayed for your community. It's a community. I do not want reading to become something that only people with disposable income can enjoy. Reading is for everyone. Books are for everyone. And I believe that books should be accessible to everyone. And it does not hurt me if you borrow my book from the library. If 1,000 people borrowed my book from the library, that is still 1,000 readers. And yes, libraries may replace some purchases, maybe, but they create a lot of readers. And I think that's so much more important in a world where the literacy rate is abysmal. So that is my opinion on this. I would love to know what your opinion is on libraries and authors, and maybe you disagree with me. Maybe you care more about the sale than you do about specific readers and kind of the long term of what a free book could do for these people. But I would love to know what your opinions are, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit that bell notification so you don't miss any of my videos, and I will see you guys in the next one.